run
This
the procurement
conference will now
cycle
be
within the
recorded.
workday. And then moving on, we will cover the configuration part required for the procurement cycle and what are the business use cases. Business use cases are nothing but the daily business transactions. I mean, daily usage of the tasks and reports by the business. And reports are nothing but the where we can access some of the data within the procurement cycle. Moving on to the slides, procurement process is nothing but acquiring the goods and services from a supplier, outside suppliers. So whenever you need to manufacture something, the business needs a raw material. So raw material, sometimes we do the in-house manufacturing, or sometimes we buy from the outside. We procure from the supplier. So the procurement process involves, there are several stages within that, like it starts with the requisition. Outside, without the ERP tool, it will start with the quotation actually. So where manufacturing team send a quotation to the send a material requisition to the purchase department, and then purchase department will send a requisition to the manufacturing team will send a material requisition to the stores department. I'm talking about outside accounting area. Then stores department will send the material requisition to the purchase department, and then purchase department will raise a requisition. So requisition is nothing but a draft document. It is not at all sending to the seller. Requisition, who will send the requisition is a buyer. Buyer used to send the requisition to the seller, and there is no accounting entry generates within the requisition, and it is a purely internal document. Requisition is nothing but a request to buy. Okay. So within the workday space, we have a majorly two types of requisitions are used. One is a catalog requisition, and another is non-catalog requisition. So, and any questions here on requisition document?
Who will prepare this requisition document?
Requisition is prepared by the business responsible person from the business, who is a buyer actually.
Okay, thank you.
And mainly there are two types of requisitions here: catalog requisitions and non-catalog requisitions. And what is catalog? Catalog, a catalog is nothing but a list of products. Whenever you go to some furniture shop, they will give a catalog, whatever we have the products available to buy. Let's say if you go to the Amazon, from one of the seller, there will be a catalog for the particular seller. So whatever the available products, it is called list of available products is called a catalog. And non-catalog means there is no specified product and with the specified seller, then that is called a non-catalog request. So in Workday, we majorly use the catalog and non-catalog requisitions. And we will further discuss about catalog process and non-catalog process. Moving on to the next slide, we can see high-level workflow is like, material requisition and purchase requisition, purchase order, goods receipt, supplier invoice, and supplier settlement. So material requisition is mainly sent by the manufacturing department to the stores department, because manufacturing department receives the raw material from the stores only. Store is nothing but where all the goods are located. Whenever purchase team buys something, they will store in the stores department. From stores department, based on the material requisition, the material will be sent to the manufacturing location. This is how business plant will work. at a plant level, and then purchase requisition is raised by the stores department. So once the purchase requisition is approved within the workday, then purchase order will get created automatically once it is approved. So if there is no purchase requisition, without purchase requisition also purchase order can be created. But as per the process within the internal document, once it is approved, then purchase order gets created. Without the purchase requisition also purchase order can be created. Usually once purchase order is approved within the workday, purchase requisition is approved within the workday, purchase order gets created automatically based on the data. Whatever is the data given in the requisition will be captured to the purchase order. And here also there is no accounting entry gets generated within the purchase order also. Purchase order is the external document, requisition is the internal document. What is meant by internal? Internal means the document will not be sent to the seller. Seller means supplier or vendor, whoever. And purchase order is the document where it is approved already to buy something. Internally it is approved to procure something. So we are sending the document to the supplier. So supplier will be sending the goods. Once the goods are received, the goods receipt entry can be created within the workday. Once the goods are delivered and receipts gets created, then supplier invoice will be generated through supplier supplier invoice. Supplier invoice can be created with reference to the receipt, or directly also without reference also can be created. But within the procurement process, we must create the supplier invoice through receipt only, with reference to the receipt. So when we are creating the supplier invoice without receipt means it's a direct purchase without a purchase order. This means that can be a petty expenses, like we are buying from daily expenses, something we buy petrol outside, or we buy a lunch box outside when we are going for a trip. So that can be directly created as supplier invoices.
Here I have a small question. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
What is the difference between invoice and receipt? Which one we will get first? Whether invoice, receipt or invoice?
We get the receipt first. Receipt will not be created any accounting document.
What about invoice?
Invoice will be sent by the supplier. Once we receive the invoice, usually both are done at the same instance at the business level, but we have a 2 steps here in the workday. We create the receipt and then invoice.
Oh, so first receipt will create first, then invoice get generated.
Exactly. With reference to the receipt only, invoice can be created.
Okay. So you mean to say, like, for example, I bought 3 products, like 3 shirts in Amazon. Okay. So when they will deliver, they will give one receipt, right? That is, we used to call receipt or invoice.
Receipt means when we receive the goods, that is a receipt. After that, invoice is something we receive on the product, how much is the price, and that is called the invoice.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
See, Babu, here the goods receipt is nothing but it tells about your quantity details. The invoice tells about your commercial aspect, like.
Okay, this many products I have ordered.
Yes, it will create the vendor obligation. So you have to make the payment once you done the invoice only.
Okay, you mean to say along with goods I'll get the invoice. Based on the invoice, I'm going to create receipt. For the receipt, I'm going to make the payment. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you are right. And in some instances, what can happen, goods can be received today and invoice can be sent by the supplier tomorrow through email. Sometimes it can happen. Goods will be delivered through a lorry or truck or some mode, and then invoice will be sent tomorrow, maybe through email by the supplier. It can happen.
Okay, got it.
welcome. And the supplier invoice will be generating an entry, accounting entry, and then supplier payment. Payment can happen through supplier settlement. And moving on to the next slide. Prerequisite. What do we need in within the workday space to run the procurement cycle? We need a company. I mean, we need to create a reorganization. We need to have a company. We need to have a cost center. Cost center will company will have a fiscal schedule. Company should have an account set. Account set means, you know, what are all the ledger accounts ledger within the account set. List of ledger accounts. Account set is nothing but list of ledger accounts that is covered in the separate session. And accounting posting rule set should be created, and ledger should be created. Ledger year and period should be created, and then should be open to run the procurement cycle. These are all the prerequisites for running the procurement cycle. Any
Sorry to
questions?
interrupt. I have a small question. I heard from PeopleSoft or some different ERP finance system. COA, what is COA? Chart of account generally. What is
Chart,
COA?
yeah. Chart of accounts is nothing but a list of ledger accounts. Here in
That
Workday,
means
it
whatever
is
we.
also called account set.
Oh, that is called okay, COA chart of account. Okay.
Yeah, it is nothing but a account set within the Workday.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
And configuration steps. These are the configuration steps you see within the procurement cycle. Okay, before running the procurement cycle, we need to configure specifically these steps. You mean we need to create the supplier categories, supplier groups we need to create, spend category we need to create, and purchase item. Supplier categories is nothing but there are few similar nature of suppliers can be grouped together and then created under the supplier category. And then spend category is the based on the nature of this expense. Based on the nature of expense, we create the spend categories and group the expenses. And purchase item is nothing but an item, a product which we are purchasing. So these purchase items are grouped under this created under the spend category. So suppose we have a spend category of food products. Food products can be like biscuits or anything, whatever the food item we purchase under it comes under the spend category food products. So purchase item can be a biscuit or can be a tea powder, can be anything. These are all the purchase items under the spend category of food products. And catalogs. Catalog is nothing but a list of products available to buy within the Workday. So catalogs has to be loaded manually within the Workday. So once we load the catalogs, it will be available to buy from within the procurement cycle when we are using the catalog requisition. There are, as I told, there are two types of requisitions: catalog requisition and non-catalog requisition. We need to assign the security roles, relevant security roles like secure.
What is the difference between these two, catalog and non-catalog? Is there any difference?
Yeah, there is a difference. Non-catalog means you understand, right?
Just I know, like list of items that the company is going to buy.
Yes, list of items are already. Yes, list of items are already available within the Workday. They are loaded with the price. The product and price is already loaded within the Workday, where we can select and purchase.
Oh, okay.
Suppose we have to buy an iPhone for our company. So the iPhone is available to buy from different suppliers. So this supplier, so and so supplier is selling for this price, and another supplier is selling for this price. This is kind of catalog is already loaded within the workday.
So I think catalogs is nothing but like you're directly connecting to the supplier website from the Workday, right?
Actually, it cannot be like that also. It can be the same thing sometimes, it cannot be sometimes.
Okay.
Catalogs can be loaded within the workday and then buy within the workday. And there are other scenarios where catalog we can go to the supplier website directly and then buy there also.
And hi, this is Vinod. So, and this is called punch outs, right? So,
Yes, punch outs is nothing but a catalog request.
okay. So catalog request in the sense, in the punch outs only, we are going to the supplier website and then we can order. So whatever, if it is a desktop or laptop or whatever you order from Dell and use that punch outs, right? Whatever Dell punch outs and HP punch outs. So those kind of comes under catalogs or non-catalogs.
It comes under catalogs only, Vinod.
Okay, thank you.
From catalog request, there are two options again. From catalog request, we can search the catalog which is already loaded within the workday, or we can go to the supplier website and then select and purchase from there also.
Hi, I want to add some more points here. Hello.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, for the patch out records, actually, usually we will create the workday accounts for suppliers. So we will create the dashboard to them. So the suppliers can, through the dashboards, they can approve the request or purchase request, or they can add the catalogs and pricings, everything they can do. Usually, when the initial stage, we will create the workday accounts for suppliers for the punch out creations. Yeah.
It's not a Workday dashboard. There is just some connectors like punch out connectors. Directly we can connect to any third party website and we can create the requisition. So that generally we have a delivered connectors. So by using that connectors directly, whatever there are 4-5 website directly we can connect to like Amazon or any Flipkart, directly we can create the requisition. So there will be delivered connectors are available. By using we can directly connect to any third party vendors.
Like
Creating
Amazon,
Yes,
Flipkart.
yes.
Yes. There will punch out, punch in. There are two connectors. Okay. So basically, requisitions will be created sometimes manually, sometimes through integrations only by using these connectors.
Okay, thanks for adding. And we need to have the security roles assigned to the user to create the requisitions. And then supplier master must be created already while creating the requisition. And sequence generator is nothing but the number ranges. Now for any requisition, there will be a specific number to be generated for any requisition. So that number can be a tenant level or can be a company code level. So if we maintain at company level, it will get generated within the for each company. There will be a specific number range will be generated. It is called a sequence. And for purchase order, receipt, and supplier invoice, it's all the similar way. Sequence generators can be at tenant level or can be at the company level as well. And moving on, business use cases. So business use cases are the daily business transactions run by the business. So create requisition. Requisition can be for goods or services. It can be goods line or service lines. These are called in Workday. So it is nothing. Create another task is the requisition for the goods from web item. Punch out. These are called punch out. Punch out is nothing but it will connect to the supplier website, and there will be a catalog within the supplier website and buy from there. And approve requisitions. Once requisition is approved, purchase order gets created automatically with all the information captured from the requisition. And one more thing here I need to highlight is while creating the requisition, supplier may not be the mandatory, but while approving the requisition at a final step, supplier will be it will be mandatory to create the purchase order, because a purchase order is an external document. It is going to the supplier to procure some list of items with a specified product. And we can modify the purchase order if required, and we can create the receipt and then return also. Once we receive the receipt, we can create return also. There can be like if there is a damage of goods or any product is not reliable or something, there can be various
Rakesh,
reasons to create the receipt. Yeah, please.
Rakesh, can you give one example for non-catalog purchase requisition? Non-catalog requisition.
Non-catalog requisitions is nothing but without catalog. There will not be a supplier website connected to it. And let's say we have spent outside cash expense, we have spent outside to purchase some material where there is no specified supplier.
Hey
Brace,
guys,
please be on
let,
mute, huh?
hey guys,
Please be on.
let me give you, since it is a knowledge share, let me tell you what is the exact difference between the catalog and non-catalog. So usually company maintains catalog, uh, that's a daily usable goods like stationery or coffee, tea powders, and all those everyday things they use normally, regularly. So these catalogs, the suppliers directly can upload into Workday if they have the supplier portal access. And the non-catalog items are not, the company uses not regularly, like any machinery or computers. Those also we can maintain as a catalog, but they don't regularly use, because of they once in a while they use, so that they don't have to maintain catalog all the time. So that is the basic difference between catalog and non-catalog item. So again, the punch out is different. Punch out is like you are punching out of the system, our system, and going into supplier, where you can directly select the item and come back to again to Workday. So you are punching out and punching in. So you don't maintain any catalog or anything. You just click on the connect to supplier port to supplier, and it will it goes to the supplier site, and there you can select the supplier items, and those items will be come to our cart. So it's just like a Amazon shopping cart. So punch out is basically going to external supplier site and bringing the goods into our system and buying it. So that is the difference between the non-catalog, catalog, supplier portal, and punch out. Supplier portal is basically we are giving access to suppliers so that they can access Workday system and they can see the purchase orders, they can fulfill the purchase orders, they can update the their catalogs. So that's the difference. I hope it helps.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, hope all clear about the catalog request and non-catalog request, and creating a receipt and returns, supplier invoice and all. And what are all the reports within the procurement cycle? Here I have mentioned few of the reports, like we can find the catalog loads, we can find purchase orders, requisitions we can find through my requisitions and find requisitions. You can find the receipts, suppliers, supplier invoices. These are all the reports within the procurement cycle. Okay, thank you all for joining. Any discussions or open points we can
Can you hear me?
discuss here as well? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, these are the standard reports. You are showing the find, return, and suppliers in there. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, these are all
You got this
standard reports.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Any open points you can raise? Since it is a knowledge sharing session, we can mutually share our knowledge together so that it will
Do
help
you have any setup
everyone.
document?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any setup document?
No, really sorry. I don't have any specific document based on the knowledge I have created. And
Okay, thank you.
So
Rakesh, thank you very
Guys,
much for
Ra-
yeah,
Rakesh,
you're
Rakesh,
welcome.
thank you for organizing this. But so what is like? It's just a knowledge share. It's going to end here, or like you planning to start a course, or what is going forward steps?
Maybe I have not thought anything. Shashi may we'll discuss with Shashi further on this and then update you back.
Yeah, actually, so because to exchange the knowledge or to explore the knowledge into different areas, we have initiated decisions. Okay, actually, we are looking for the tenant access. If someone is able to provide the tenant access, we will try to show the practical sessions also. Even if someone come and take the initiative to share the knowledge on different areas like other areas in the finance, integrations, reporting. So always welcome.
So you
If
guys
anyone
work in
want to take
Workday?
the session.
Are you guys already working in Workday or like looking for jobs? What level you are at?
We are all we are all working in Workday. Okay, so we are you as a consultant, you know, right? So if you are working in any ERP, like we cannot work on all the areas. So with these kind of discussions, you can learn more the things. You can explore the knowledge into different areas, like right within the finance also. You cannot. There are so many sub modules like grants, projects, budgeting, allocations, taxation. There are so many things, right? You may not have the chance to work on those things. So by
Correct.
doing these kind of discussions,
Correct. I
so
understand
by
that.
doing this
My
kind of
what I'm trying to understand is if you are already working on a Workday project, you will have a good understanding of Workday. You can give the real scenarios. That's what I'm getting to. So
yeah,
that
definitely. See,
okay.
definitely going forward, we will discuss that kind of scenarios also. We will try because during the weekdays it's not possible because everyone has a working schedule in the personal life. So we are trying to have the sessions on the weekends like Saturdays or Sundays. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
definitely we will try to discuss the what kind of scenarios will come in the different scenarios because see, all the scenarios will come based on the case to case basis, right?
Yeah.
So we will try to discuss different scenarios going forward. So
yeah.
Uh,
If we
we
have
are
a day,
expecting more persons to take the initiative and to share their knowledge like other areas. If someone wants to
if
share their
actually
knowledge
if
in
we
the
have the tenant, yeah, if we have the tenant access, it will be too good actually. We can we have the chance to learn the practical things.
yeah, the problem is, you know, right, it's not a open source like other
Yeah,
ERPs
yeah.
like Oracle, SAP or PeopleSearch. So the problem, that's why we are trying to get the tenant access also. Definitely we will try to show some practical sessions also, how the cycle will run, like we'll try to show the complete procurement cycle, direct purchase, procurement cycles, other customers or asset process, whatever we have based on the tenant availability and the persons available, we'll definitely will try to have it. But we are expecting others also to come forward and share their knowledge in other areas, even for the technically like business process, security groups, reportings, integrations, like whatever the topic. Like
Is there any possibility to get a tenant outside?
see, yeah, outside we can get it from some other persons they are providing.
Yeah, but one thing I want to add, whoever is interested to take their tenants outside, make sure you have all the accesses. Like they may give only HCM. Since you're learning a finance, you need to have a finance access. So make sure checking all the things and before taking, because it is quite expensive.
Yes, because outside you may not get the proper tenant access for the finance, and still most of the people they are not aware of it. and it's a right time to explore the knowledge into the Workday Finance. Still is a raw product, so the next 3 to 4 years you may get a lot of changes in Workday Finance and a lot of opportunities you'll get it. So whoever want to get into Workday Financials, really it's the right time to learn the things.
Is anyone
Yeah,
using outside tenant here from this group? Is anyone using outside tenant?
Maybe someone is
No.
using it. So as I told, it's not a open source like other ERPs. That's why people
Yeah,
are
yeah.
also not showing interest to share.
How many
And
modules we have in
it's expensive also. Yeah,
Workday
please.
Finance?
Sorry.
How many modules we have total? Like we have HCM, we have 7 modules, right? Similarly, do we have any other modules?
Finance. See, in Workday Finance, like, see, whether it is a Workday or SAP or Oracle or any other ERP, there could be some core modules like general ledgers, supplier process, customer process, assets banking. So these are the core business process if you take any organization. So all these have the solutions in Workday. Along with that, like we have the like legal aspect like taxations, withholding tax, commercial taxes like say tax on sales and purchases, allocations, budgeting, projects, grants, okay, planning, expenses, different kind of tracking of different kind of expenses. These are all the sub modules of the financials. Okay, so this banking, sorry, grants module is also finance projects, but rarely will use like public sector organizations will use the grant modules. So except the grant, all other modules will be used in regular course of businesses, most of the organizations.